The object of the game is to be the first to reach the preset antimatter amount. You can choose, this is the short game, and it's, how far it goes is based on how many players. There's also a long game which goes to 15 points for a 2-player and 12 for a 4-player. The way you get antimatter, there's a few different ways. Battles is one of them. So when you battle other fleets, be it another player or what they call the dark fleets, which come up on certain systems when they're exposed. As long as the fleet or the army is of size 4 or more, you will gain an antimatter. Also, if you defeat an enemy's unique ship, one of their unique units here, which are special units that cost a lot to put out but are very powerful, if you defeat one of them in any fashion, you gain an antimatter in that case as well. You can also gain antimatter by controlling systems. We'll look at some of these systems. For instance, if you control this system, you can see that'll gain you 1 antimatter. Now, obviously, systems can change hands, so you could lose antimatter. Another way is by getting certain things in the galactic market will also give you antimatter, or certain cards can give you antimatter, is artifact or agent cards. Each round of Burning Suns starts with a worker placement type phase where you are choosing from one of 12 different actions that you can take on your action turn. The way you do this is each race has leaders, and these leaders are placed out one at a time, going around the board. Each person places one, then the next person, etc., until all 3 are placed out. And then they're executed in order. For instance, if this was played here and another person played here and another one was here, essentially it goes like reading a newspaper, columns from the left to the right. So you read down and then down and then down and then down. So you do explore, jump, scan, etc. Colonize, diplomacy. That's the order it would go in. You'll notice that the leaders have different numbers on them. These only come into play for certain actions, specifically the actions on this board that have a little alien head on the side. You'll notice that most of them have the same symbol on each side, but there's a few where there's an alien head that indicates a leader check. There's only 3 of them: scan, diplomacy, and mission. 4, because there's also recruit. Which means that you may not succeed at that action. You have to roll at or below your leader. So you want to use your higher leaders on those particular actions and save your lower leaders for things where you don't need to do a leader roll.